switch. I don't know if it recorded 2 tracks or something.
We want to make sure that everything is in A and program, all right? So everything's in A and program. We want to make sure that the enco sliders are down and off to record. So this is just to record. Does anybody, you guys were all here last week, so we should be fine. We're on Tuesday. And then this goes in here. All right. And I'm going to, who wants to come up first?
Go.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Legendary coach Mitch Charlins returns. After spending 1 year away as assistant men's basketball coach at USD, Charlins returns as City College head coach. Charlins was the coach of the City. Charlins was the coach 1 year away as the assistant basketball coach.
So,
at USD.
as the assistant basketball coach, I would have liked a little bit more punch on each word, maybe a little more staccato, so that we really understood who that person was.
The legendary coach Mitch Charlins returns. After spending 1 year away as assistant men's basketball coach at UCSD, Charlins returns as the City College head coach.
Very nice, very nice. And on that very last, the PCO, there was PCAC, whatever you said, I could hear that you almost dropped it, but you stayed with it and you just kept going. You powered through it.
Yeah.
Okay, so very, very nice.
102.1 KPRI, voted by People Magazine as the sexiest band around. It's the Killers when you were young. Hello and happy Friday. I'm Jodina checking in with some classic rock and roll from Led Zeppelin on 102.1 KPRI.
I came to City College. There was another voiceover talent, Connie Twilwilliger. I always call her Twilwilliger. The WRAT, it was interesting because, we had Rockin' Robin. She's still there to this day. We're talking decades. Actually, a lot of the people are still there at the WRAT. It was a small market, but it could be heard in New York. You could hear it all over Jersey and into New York, so there was a lot of reasons to stay. So at the WRAT, I got to meet a couple of bands. I'm trying to think of some of the bands. Oh, I can't even remember now. It was a while ago. I was still working as an intern, and that was only for a couple of months at the WRAT. And then I moved out here to San Diego. And here in San Diego, again, I had to do internships because it's really hard to get jobs in major markets. And everybody wants to live in San Diego. And so I was able to get on the Eagle. And 94.1, the Eagle. From the Eagle, eventually I landed a full-time gig at KPRI. It was Sets 102 in the beginning, quality rock and sets. And then that morphed into KPRI, and I was there with that company for 18 years. And so that's where I got to do really cool things. Like I got to take listeners to see Jack Johnson, 10 of us, and he would play a special little acoustic set for us at Birch Aquarium, or I would get on stage at Humphreys or the huge venues and introduce bands and get to be backstage with the bands. And, I had a lot of radio fun because radio used to be very, very fun. You got to do a lot of cool things. Being on air was fun, and it gave me a way to do all of those cool things that I told you about. But voiceover, audio production, creating these projects and making words come to life, I love doing that. So in those classes, I try to make it, with those 3 classes, I try to make it that they understand audio, that they understand how to produce content, whether it be commercials or radio shows or podcasts, so that if they got a job at, let's say, Odyssey or iHeart, they could fill a position and actually do the work. That if somebody said, hey, I need you to create these 3 commercials for this client, that they would know how to write those commercials, that they'd know how to do their show prep if they were on air doing something, or for a podcast, how to pull it all together, to know the basics of everything. So that's my hope, that if somebody took all of those classes, that they would be able to produce broadcast quality audio for radio or television that could be used on TV as well.